Michigan English Test. Sample Test. A. Listening section instructions. In this section of the test, you will show your ability to understand spoken English. There are 3 parts in this section with special directions for each part. Mark all your answers on the separate answer sheet. Do not make any stray marks on the answer sheet. If you change your mind about an answer, erase your first answer completely. If you do not know the answer, you may guess. Try to answer as many questions as possible. Part 1. In this part of the test, you will hear short conversations between 2 people. After each conversation, you will hear a question about it. Choose the best answer to the question from the choices printed in the test booklet and mark your answer on the separate answer sheet. You should mark A, B, C, or D. There are 19 questions in Part 1. The conversations and questions will not be repeated. Please listen carefully. Number 1.
Excuse me, could you tell me where today's guest lecture will be held?
Unfortunately, the speaker is sick, so it won't be happening today after all. There's a notice about the new date and time posted on the university homepage.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll check the website.
What does the man say about the lecture? Number 2.
Bill, do you have a moment?
Sure. What can I do for you?
This report you filed contains old information. Please revise it and get it back to me tonight.
Sure thing.
What are the speakers discussing?
Number 3.
Hi, can I help you?
Yes, I'd like to exchange money. Can I do that here?
Yes, but there's a fee. It's $10 for every $1,000 you exchange.
Okay, let's do $3,000 then.
What does the woman want to do?
Number 4.
For the group project, we could meet at the library or maybe an empty classroom.
Yeah, I guess either of those would work.
Okay, how about the student center? There are tables near the snack bar.
Studying does tend to make me hungry.
Why does the man mention being hungry? Part 2. In this part of the test, you will hear longer conversations between 2 people. After each conversation, you will answer some questions about it. Choose the best answer to the question from the choices printed in the test booklet and mark your answer on the separate answer sheet. You should mark A, B, C, or D. There are 14 questions in Part 2. The conversations and questions will not be repeated. If you want to, you may take notes in your booklet as you listen. Please listen carefully. Numbers 20 to 23.
Listen to a conversation in a store.
What can I help you with today?
Well, I just moved to town and I need to get a lot of things. Sofa, kitchen table, and chairs, some lamps. The only thing I don't need is a bed.
Okay. Why don't we take it one room at a time? Let's start with the kitchen. These are the tables and chairs that we have. Most of the tables are big enough to seat 4 to 8, but some are just for 2.
It's just me and I don't cook much. Plus, the kitchen is pretty narrow. I kind of like that set, the small table with the glass top and the leather chairs. How much is it?
The table and chairs are priced separately. The table is $500 and each chair is $200, so if you got it with 2 chairs, it would be $900.
$900 for a table and 2 chairs? That's outrageous. Do you have anything more reasonable?
Actually, that is one of the least expensive tables we have. Wooden tables are even more.
Really? I think I'll have to shop around. Sorry.
Number 20.
What does the woman want to do?
Number 21.
Why does the woman mention cooking?
Number 22.
What does the woman think about the items in the store?
Number 23.
What does the woman mean when she says,
I think I'll have to shop around.
Part 3. In this part, you will hear some short talks. After each talk, you will answer some questions about it. Choose the best answer to the question from the choices printed in the test booklet, and mark your answer on the separate answer sheet. You should mark A, B, C, or D. There are 17 questions in Part 3. The talks and questions will not be repeated. If you want to, you may take notes in your booklet as you listen. Please listen carefully. Numbers 34 to 37.
listen to the director of a company?
Hi, everyone. Before I ask Michael to update us on our financial picture, I wanted to make an announcement. As you've probably noticed, if you've been walking around in the halls today, the renovation project on the west side of the building is now underway. They'll be taking out the west wall and constructing an additional wing on that side of the building, which should give us lots more space and allow us to fit everyone more comfortably. I'm sure we're all looking forward to having the additional room. In the meantime, though, we'll be dealing with this construction for about 4 months. Those of you on the other side of the building probably won't be affected much by it. But for the people nearer the construction, there's going to be some noise and also interruptions. There may be times when you'll be asked to let workers into your offices so they can check the electrical wiring. I know that may be frustrating, so let's just try to keep in mind that this project needs to happen for the greater good of the office. And of course, we'll understand if you aren't able to get as much work done on those days when it's especially noisy. If it becomes a real problem, we'll set up some temporary workstations in the conference room away from the noise. Next, we're going to move on to Michael's quarterly report. He has some excellent news for us. Michael?
Number 34.
What is the speaker talking about?
Number 35.
Who will be most affected by the information?
Number 36.
Why does the speaker mention the conference room?
Number 37.
What will probably happen next?